So, guess what? I'm going to Europe again in 2 days. Yes, Laura, my roommate, is about to start physician's assistant school, and so she decided that she wanted to go on a trip to Europe she's never been before as her last hurrah before she signs her life over to them for the next 3 years. So we are going to Spain for 2 weeks. We will be going to Barcelona, Madrid, Toledo, Sevilla, and Granada. So pretty packed itinerary, but we're really excited about it. And I thought that I would do a little packing video because this time we were going in the summer, obviously. A little bit different than last time when I was going in the winter, but you guys seem to really enjoy that packing video. So here is what I'm taking with me for 2 weeks in Spain in a carry-on. Okay, so here's a quick bird's eye view of everything that's coming with me. So starting with the shirts. You'll notice we're mostly sticking in the solids. We've got like one pattern and then 3 sweaters here because it will be lowest is in the mid 50s and highs up into the 80s, so trying to keep it mostly cool. Dress and a skirt, and then a pair of jeans, a pair of white jeans, and a pair of black shorts. So most of my interest for my outfits this time around are going to come from my accessories. So I've got 2 scarves, a few belts, and some necklaces. As far as shoes go, I've got a pair of Tom sneakers, 2 pairs of sandals, and a pair of ballet flats. So for the first few cities that we're visiting, in the night it's going to get down into the 50s, so our outfits need to be able to transition down to that cold. But during the day it'll be up even into the high 70s, maybe even 80 in some of those cities, so definitely don't want to layer up too much. But that's why the pieces I chose can go together in different combinations and layer up with a sweater, take that off during the day. Scarves especially are so helpful when you have a lot of variation in the temperature throughout the day. And then of course Seville is going to be hot. It's just going to be hot. So that's why all of those short sleeve shirts are available, as well as I did go ahead and pack 1 pair of shorts, even though I won't be able to wear it until the last week of the trip, because I will be very grateful to have them when it's about 88 degrees in Seville for that last few days. Much like last time, the crowning piece of my collection is actually my jacket, because it will be worn almost every day probably. This is my rain jacket, so you can see it's got hood and everything. It also has about 1 billion pockets, which is really helpful. I try not to keep anything important like money or passport or anything in there, but just to have a little bit of extra space to hold things, especially going through the airport. That can be really useful. That I tucked into the edge of my bag, my 2 adapters for the plugs overseas, a container of makeup wipes, because when you're back in the evening sometimes you don't feel like actually washing your face all the way. I've got my straightener down in there. Nestled down there is my hairdryer. You can't really see it, oh well. And that's it. So that is it. Everything I am taking for 2 weeks in Europe in the summer. This doesn't really fall under the category of packing and planning, but it is kind of my method of travel, which is that I don't buy a lot of souvenirs because I don't end up using them. They take up a lot of space on my luggage. So I always buy postcards. From every city that I visit, I have bought a postcard. And it's nice because it also helps me to bookend my pictures when I put them in my photo album later. So I thought I'd flip through and show you guys some of the things that I have gathered over my trips and how they've come together to give me this really cool keepsake. So starting in Madrid, you can see that clearly at the beginning I kept everything. These are the metro tickets from Madrid, as well as the Reina Sofia Museum. Sometimes keeping tickets like these are nice because I will forget the name of the museum. I'll just remember that something really cool was there. So this is where the Guernica is, and I felt like that was a really transformative moment in my trip, and I really wanted to keep that to remember it by. This is moving into Sevilla. That's my homestay brother. That is the La Giralda, the Plaza de España at night. And that's where I've got my postcard from Sevilla. This one is also from Sevilla. I spent the most time there, and so I had a lot of pictures there. Toledo right here got a little bit out of order actually. I should probably rearrange that because Toledo was before Sevilla. My friend Emily and my homestay parents Chari and Miguel, Cordova, which I visited on a field trip from Sevilla. And then we moved out of Spain and into Dublin. One of the brethren at the church in Dublin gave us these this little scripture card, and then she sent me a Happy New Year card, which I thought was really sweet. Moving through Ireland and Edinburgh. London, we went right after the royal wedding, so they knew how to advertise. I'm sure the Czech don't appreciate me taking their currency out of circulation. And I haven't printed my pictures yet for our most recent trip. Still a few pages left, but not for long.